Good evening, I guess, from Marie at Messium Creations. I trust this Wednesday finds you safe and well. Oh, sorry, I have to double check myself as to what day of the week we've got to already. I don't know where time's going, but yes, it is already Wednesday, and yesterday this gorgeousness became live, as did SALEa-bration. So what does SALEa-bration mean? SALEa-bration means that throughout January and February, when you spend in multiples of £45, you can claim a free gift. And if you need any of these brochures, please do drop me a message and your contact details, and I'll get some in the post to you, or if you're local I will drop them round personally. So we have papers in Bloom, Darling Donkeys, that's such a fun set. Approaching Perfection, I think you've probably seen me use that. These Oso Ombre papers, which are gorgeous. I'm fairly sure you've seen me use those as well. Corner Bouquet, I've seen some amazing cards using these as butterfly wings, skirts, all sorts of things. Just amazing creativity. So that's great. Heal Your Heart has some fantastic sentiments. I've definitely used the thank you because I love the font there, but it's also got Wishing I Could Heal Your Heart, Sorry for Your Loss, We're in This Together. Gosh, that's apt at the moment, isn't it? We're all in this together. Field and or even Flower and Field, you've seen me do some fussy cutting with cards there. And Touch of Ink. Now this set has 17 stamps in it, and it's a two-step stamp, so that's free when you spend £90. And then also the Berry Blessings, which is a stamp set and papers. That's a £90 spend. And then there's also the offer for if you currently join up. So that little brochure is available, and this fabulous catalogue that I will be covering more as we go through the months. So as I say, if you want a catalogue to browse at your leisure, then please do let me know. And I popped a little option in, and Louise voted for Snailed It. So if I can find it in the catalogue, that would have been good to know where that was prior to coming on live, but you know me, never quite organised. Ah, there we go. So we have this absolutely fun snail mail suite. So I have the papers and the stamp set, so I'm going to do a couple of quick cards there. But you can see from this catalogue there are so many things that you can do with these snails and mushrooms, and just fabulous fun. So let's have a closer look at Snailed It. So the papers, so stamp set for a start. You've got mail, happy mail enclosed, this mushroom and snail, and then you've got hello and you snailed it, and a little speech bubble and a heart. So we get that in the set. And the papers, we have this fun, I think he's more of a slug than a snail, but anyway, we have this fun little chappy, unless his snail's shells come off his back there because it's so loaded with mail. Then we have the so we'll call him a guy and her a girl, shall we? That's so sexist. Then this one has a little fun snail and a googly-eyed snail and presents, so I could definitely see you could create some fun with that. So we're going to do a bit of fussy cutting today as well. Fabulous gorgeous mushrooms. And this has the parcels and envelopes on, and the little aeroplanes, and then the other two I've cut up because I'm using these two today. So we have one with smaller mushrooms and one with these smaller snails across it. So they're my background papers for today, and I'm going to do a little bit of fussy cutting with the mushrooms, and I can't decide which snail character, and we might add a few. And coordinating colours are Basic Grey, Bermuda Bay, Blushing Bride, Daffodil Delight, Real Red and Whisper White. Although I also think this is very Coastal Cabana. So one of my card bases is actually Coastal Cabana. I'm just going to go with the fact that Stampin' Up got to put it on the packaging. Let's blame Stampin' Up, it's fine. So we have our card base. As I say, I chose the Coastal Cabana because that's what I had handy, and I do think it's like the paler colour on the mushrooms. So we've got a mushroom background there and a piece of card cut. So my thinking there is to add some snails to that one, and then I have the snail background cut out and a white background where I think we can add some mushrooms. So let us quickly, now I've become a master at, oh no, they're my ribbon scissors, so I keep my ribbon scissors separate from other scissors to keep them nice and sharp. So I'm going to cut out, I want whole mushrooms, so I am going to roughly cut out, let's make sure I get one of all of them. Let's create a little field of mushrooms. These papers are beautiful, but get chopping them and get cutting them. So fussy cutting has become easier. I had a little video lesson during an event recently. So it's keeping the item that you're cutting right close to your open blade on scissors, and maybe that's completely logical to you, and I don't know what I was doing before, but it really wasn't working for me. And I try and cut with an even background, a white kind of, well, it's white in this case, an even cut. So I'm not cutting exactly on the line of the item. You could obviously cut exactly if you wish. So if you're joining, then do say hi, whether you're catching up or otherwise. But I thought, where's my little, oh there it is, right in front of my nose. So I think we could just add a fun little field of mushrooms. So potentially you could just buy the papers and create these cards, but I am going to use the stamps on the envelope as well. So, but I do think these papers are great for creating cards without needing a stamp set necessarily. So it's really, rather than just kind of cutting like that, it's opening the scissors right up and then just flowing round. It certainly made it a lot easier for me. I am embracing my fussy cutting inner goddess, as it were. So you just think we can create a nice little field of different mushrooms. I braved the cold early. We went for a lovely walk this morning at Rushmere Park. My online meetings tend to go on all afternoon, and we basically don't have any space for a break from sort of 1 o'clock onwards. So we grabbed a piece of cake and a little walk this morning. So it was a tad bracing, and I've looked at the weather forecast. It's going to get blooming cold overnight as well, so you never know, it might kill off the virus. Unlikely, but hey ho. But hopefully everybody is coping with lockdown world. If you had older children, potentially these papers are great for them to create cards if they are able to use scissors unaided. Obviously my scissors do have very sharp points. If they had, I'm not going to use that. Oh, no, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use whole mushrooms. Although that one I'm thinking could just kind of fall off the edge of the card, couldn't it? Well, actually that's given me an idea for little mushrooms. But yes, hopefully everybody's got their coping mechanisms for the new lockdown world, as it's going to go on for a little while from what they're saying. But fingers crossed that vaccine will start getting out there and what I'm thinking with this mushroom that goes off the page, you know, if you don't want to waste a mushroom, is I could actually make that kind of come, I could start my mushrooms over there. So let's see how we go with those. So I am going to, right, I've used real red, so I'm going to ink up in real red. I am going to put a little snail. So my envelope is going to have the Happy Mail enclosed. I have some pen pals. I have one in Australia, one in Canada and one in America. So I'm going to make the cards so that they will have, oh actually, well, I've got my red ink out. Should we do the envelope at the same time? So essentially, and I am only making 2 cards today, but don't worry, my third pen pal will get a card as well. So the envelope, because who doesn't love a bit of Happy Mail? I know I do. I got some Happy Mail today and it's just so fab to receive Happy Mail. So envelope with Happy Mail, and then the card will have "You've got mail," and I will put a little letter on a separate piece of paper on the inside. So let's get rid of that ink. That's all I'm going to do on the inky front. And then I'm not the tidiest, most logical crafter, am I really? Because I shouldn't really be. This is another do as I say, don't do as I do. It's best not to glue on top of your DSP. Oh, and I only showed you one side of the DSP. That's very naughty of me, isn't it? Oh, hi Louise. Yes, thank you for voting. Your vote was the vote that got this set used. So it's my first play. So thank you. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to make sure we can see the bottom. Sort of even out those characters. But yes, I hadn't previously had the papers. And the backs of the papers, you've got the oh, that's, look, I can do. I'm going to cut out when it, where's a little, oh no, I need my hello to go the other way. Hello, there's a, hold on, I'm looking for a hello that goes that way, that's near an edge. No, that's the wrong hello. Oh, that's typical, isn't it? Look, right in the middle of the paper. Love it, cut it, that's what we have to do. But what I'm going to do, see, that's why you need to look at both sides of the paper. Because look, this is going to be a bit of fun. Cut out that little speech bubble. And we do have the stamp, so we could stamp it as well, but someone's already done that for me. And I'm going to cut a little speech bubble. Look, and it's going to go on there. It just needs a little bit of tape. Oh, love it when a little idea comes to me. So yeah, these papers are... I didn't do the neatest job of cutting around that. It's still not my favourite thing in the world, fussy cutting. I'll stick with these things because it creates great cards. Look, my little snail's just going to say hello. There we go. Oh, it's on your list, Louise. Yeah, well, as I say, my first play, so it's quite exciting. So as that one kind of fell off the side of the paper, I think I'm going to make it go off the side of my card, like that. So on the back of the mushrooms we have the hearts. What else? What else have we got on the back of our snail papers? Oh, look, the little snail trail. So we have, yeah, so on the back of it we've got abstracty. Oh, now that would have been quite nice to use as a background. That'll be another card. But beautiful papers need chopping up to be used. So I'm going to do 2 bigger mushrooms. I'm going to layer those 2 like that. I'm going to do them all flat because these are going to go to foreign climes. I discovered before Christmas that I'm going to use glue dots on the rest of those because I think it'll be a lot easier. That you actually increase the postage cost quite considerably if you have a thicker envelope going abroad as well. So I'm going to keep them as thin as possible, but these would be fabulous if you were giving them to someone, you know, all with dimensionals is the word I'm looking for. Dimensional, just to add a bit of fun. So I'm just basically creating a little field of mushrooms in that corner. So I'm just popping a glue dot top and bottom and then layering those mushrooms up. And getting rid of that bit of, oh, no rubbish bin. So there we go. One quite a simple, easy card, a little background. I mean, we could add a little bit of colour to our snail. I won't do that now because I don't have my pens handy. But as I've stamped that in standard ink, I need to use alcohol markers. Otherwise, if I went in with my aqua painters, we would be in trouble. So this similar sort of idea. Got my mushrooms on there, so I'm going to cut out some snail characters. So we'll have, oh, let's have some parcels as well. I'm going to cut out a couple of those. I'm going to cut that. Cut those, and then I'm going to do this big, let's do the 2 of these bigger ones. So I'm just roughly, oh, might have an envelope, just roughly cutting out what I think I want to cut. Got visions of those the googly eyes. You can buy the kind of self-adhesive eyes. They would be quite fun to pop on. Googly eyes doesn't quite sound right, but Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. That would be a first, wouldn't it? So again, just turning the paper, using the whole sort of blade of the scissors. But yeah, I think the papers work independently of the stamp set. There is also a die set available for all the stamps in the set, so there is a whole suite. I'm just going to cut that whole thing out a little bit. But yeah, so many uses. But I do think the blends pens will be rather fabulous to colour in the snail stamps as well. See, my pen pals are all English speakers. If I had those speech bubbles had bonjour, hello, hello, as in, I'm guessing that's possibly German, I should think. Or you could just have a little heart. But again, just, oh, drop me little snail. So he's got a very, I think he's got a very waylaid, heavily laden sack. So his sort of shell is. See, we could almost have these saying hello to each other. You can basically go as crazy as you like, or as simple as you like. And then where those lashes are, I am not going to cut the individual lashes. I am just going to cut the whole blooming thing off there if I'm not careful. Hang on, which way around do we go? We go that way. I am going underneath and I'm just going to square those two lashes off together. I am not cutting around both of those. And if anyone had the patience to do that, then I'd like to know. So yeah, I'm just literally just cutting around there. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. It's handmade. And I think people aren't looking for perfection. See, those two guys can almost be moving towards each other, shall we say. And then we could we have some extra parcels anywhere. Probably don't want too much more on there, I don't think. Maybe just some what do we think? I might cut a little bit off that to make that slightly smaller to show more of the background paper, because these paper, I'm going to cut another 1.5 cm off. We're really showing the papers off, I think. But for me, that's a little bit too busy without having a background, and I do want a sentiment. Well, they might just put a hello speech. Oh, look! Let's cut out. Bonjour, hello. Let's have them. We've got a. We've got. Let's cut out. Again, we could stamp. We could stamp this. We've got a stamp with the speech bubble, and we've got the little hello. But as I'm fussy cutting, I think let's just do, because obviously we only do have hello in the English stamp set. I would suspect, I don't know whether it's one that's got German and French, so there may well be a version that has. I tend not to double check that, but I think we could have some little speech bubbles going across. But I might just have the speech bubbles in the different languages. One of them, what colour is that one? That one's in there. So there we go. That was actual creation live. I had a vague idea in my head what I was going to play with when I think I need to have some further fun with this fun little set. See if we can just sort of have little hello speech bubbles going up the card. As I say, if we find the catalogue page again, because I shut it, it was slightly, so always remember, in case anything in the catalogue. So you know, you've got they looks like they've fussy cut various ones there. This is some sort of fun. Oh, that must be from the die set as well. You've got the mushrooms. They've done some that looks like it could be a shaker card. This fun one with the strips, that's quite an interesting one, isn't it? And I'm guessing, is that a die? That may not. Oh yes, possibly. Look, there's a die. This does fit in the mini, the new mini stamp and emboss machine for the dies. So the catalogue tells you if the dies fit in the mini. But I'm guessing this is this one, and you just fold it up and all the envelopes. I mean, you know, so many fun things you can do with the whole suite. As I say, at the moment I've just got the papers and the stamp set. I have the papers as part of a paper share, so if you wanted to see all the papers from the catalogue, again, get in touch and I can sort the paper share out for you. Let's find, what colour should we do? Should we go with that yellow? Makes me think of hello. I'm going with that hello. I can tell languages is not my first thing, so although technically we probably should go in odd numbers, not even. Let's see how it looks. So we will then put this together properly instead of the does my desk look chaotic on the live stream. Hopefully not quite as bad as it looks in reality. You've got a limited view of the chaos that's on my desk. But look, we just... Yeah, I think maybe we need... Should we have another red one? I think a red... Do a hello and a red hello. Oh, we could have a little heart. No, let's just do a hello. And cut that little red hello out there. So this is the back of the mushrooms paper that I've used as the background. So there's a definite love it, chop it element with these papers. So there we go, we'll have a couple of hellos, so we'll do those. As I say, these do need to go abroad, so I'm not going to use dimensionals, but I think that would be rather fun to use dimensionals to create a bit of depth to that one, but I'd rather save myself the international postage. So is that naughty? Oh, look at that. Look, you cut them all out and then you throw them everywhere. Oh no, there we go. We've saved them all. We've saved them all. I've lost my stamp and seal. There we go. So say I picked a Coastal Cabana card base. It's not officially listed, but I think, can't get that loud. I think it complements. As I say, every paper tells you on the back, or the catalogue tells you what colours it coordinates with, so it keeps things nice and easy for you. So I'm not going to stamp anything on this background. Oh, that's the end. Yep. That's the end of another stamp and seal. Grab the nearest one I've got, which happens to be a plus. But yes, my creative, I'm going to put that slightly lower so we've got all those mushrooms around the top there. And I personally chose to, I don't even know what I've done with my card now. I used the snail background and cut the mushrooms and did them the opposite way around. You could completely do snails or completely do mushrooms. So this little chap's coming in from this side, and this little lady is coming in from the other. I might need a little glue dot, which are under here somewhere. One day I will be a tidy crafter. So she's coming in from that side. One of those is there's a little glue dot behind that eye just to give it a bit of security, and I think glue dots are probably the safest thing on here as well. Let's put a couple of glue dots. I've got 2 red and 2 green, so that's quite cute, isn't it? Just having the little speech bubbles. I want to make sure my hellos are at the top. If I was sending it to France to my cousin, I'd probably make sure a bonjour was at the top. Do that one, and then we'll put that pink one there. As I say, that would be really effective with dimensionals as well, to give it a little bit of, well, dimension, as that suggests. But I think for, as I know I'm going to pop it in the post and in the UK our postage fees have just gone up as well, so we need to be a little bit mindful of these things. And again, I'm going to stamp on the envelope, but I've chosen the Coastal Cabana card. Although actually, to be fair, the stamp set is the Bermuda Bay, but we are going to clean off that stamp. That. Then we're going to gently tap tap to ink that up, put it in the bottom left hand corner as the stamp goes top right, and there we go. So a little bit of fun with snail mail. So Snailed It is the stamp set, and the papers are available. Oh, I'm not going to. So there's the two cards I've made. The whole suite, so many ideas in the catalogue, and you've got the Snailed It stamp set, you've got the snail dies that come with that as well. If you do buy them together, obviously there is a discount, and this fits into the new mini machine. And you've got the fabulous pink and white twine and resin hearts as well. And it coordinates Real Red, Blushing Bride, Daffodil Delight, Bermuda Bay and Basic Grey. So lots of fun to be had with that little set. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed seeing those cards, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye.